folks, Dr. Bali here. Welcome to Value Add. Today I'm trying something new. I'm trying a longer version of these videos. I assume that that is something where I can bring in more value in a shorter period of time. My initial intention was to just start with like uh, 30 seconds of just crisp knowledge. But what I realized is that if I am to grow this channel, if it has to reach out to more people, I need to have more amount of content. And if that more that content, of course, there is plenty of stuff in here that can be reached out to you, and it just needs an opportunity, a way to do that. So let's just experiment with this and see how we go ahead. You can also give me suggestions that can be workable, that in the way I share my videos. If there's any improvement that can be done, I'm sure there's always room for improvement. Right now my videos are the most basic level. With whatever little time I have, I'm working on it. Anyway, so that was just about that. Getting started with the topic. Today's topic is the first topic I've ever uploaded on YouTube on this channel. Is how to develop dedication. Now, this word is I'm very it's a very important word for me. And 3 years back I shared on this channel, but ultimately with over time I have had some more insights, more things to look at. So from that perspective, let me share with you what I feel now, in addition to what I've already shared on that subject. Dedication. How do I know that I am dedicated to something? Firstly, why is it even important to be dedicated? Let's look at that. If I want to say that I am a dedicated person, I will know for a fact that someone can rely on me. So when I go out there asking for something in return from the universe, from life, there is this important quality of being dedicated towards giving. It's always when you give something that something comes back to you, right? And that dedication, when you are dedicatedly working towards giving, that's when people rely on you. People can say, oh, this person has the quality of whatever, so and so. In, like, it could be dedicated towards your family, it could be dedicated towards your career, it could be dedicated towards your health and fitness, it could be plenty of other areas of your life. Ultimately, every goal is an opportunity for you to be dedicated towards it. I'll tell you something about myself. I may not have developed that level of consistency in what I do, to be very honest. I'm working on it. For a very long time I've been working on it. But I have certainly developed the never give up attitude. That is something you can probably see with this channel. It's been going on for so long. But I'm very clear about this, that no matter what happens, you want to be dedicated towards what you do. Treat it like it's the most important thing. Your goals is the most important thing in your life. I remember an anecdote from my life experience when I was in my preparing for my 12th standard exams. That's one of the most crucial exams for any Indian student. That time you have to be working really hard. And my maths professor in tutorials, I can't recall his name right now, but he had this, I think it was Somaya classes. I'm sorry if I'm mistaking it. Anyways, it was in Villeparle, Mumbai, and that time I was like so frustrated. For the first time in my life, I had tried to work hard, dedicatedly towards something in my life, because before that I used to barely study for like 3 weeks before an exam and try to pass it. That used to be my goal. But this time, for one whole year, I worked hard for my 12th standard, because something struck inside me and I decided, let's make a career out of ourselves and whatnot. And for the first time, I worked hard for like not just a year, more than a year, because it was the end of my 11th standard, and that's when this bug struck me, whatever the term is. and I decided, and I worked so hard. In my life I have never worked, until before that I've never worked that hard. And then I was like, okay, so just to give you a picture of what it was like, life was during that 1 year, all I would do the entire day was just study, or do the basic things like sleep, eat, travel to the tuitions, come back, sleep, eat. Socializing also went for a total, like, complete still, like, everything just stopped. And people were like, what's wrong, what's changed about this fellow? He's completely changed. And that right there was sincere dedication. But a point came somewhere like 7 months down the line where I was completely tired of my failures. I was failing at my tuition exams. Like, they test you on a regular basis. They see, okay, whether you are performing at a minimal level, are you scoring well compared to the other students. The first 4 months of my dedicated effort, hard work, I was the topper. But then suddenly, out of the blue, I started scoring like lesser and lesser and lesser. I don't know what happened. I just couldn't keep up with the pressure of the amount of stuff that you had to study, and it was too many things piling up, and I just couldn't manage it. Other students were there, they were smart enough. Many of them were, they figured it out. They used to still continue getting top marks. But for me, it was like I was like on cloud nine. I was like, oh, I work hard, I'm scoring top marks. But then suddenly, when I started dropping down, stress came up on me, and so much so that at one point my parents were like, okay, don't give the exam this time, wait for another attempt if you have to. They were asking me to consider that, and that was like a real low point, because I was like, okay, now even my parents are not having, at that stage I was like, even my parents are not having faith in me. That was my mind in that state of complete vulnerability, and I just did not have any clarity. My sister, my elder sister, she sat down with me. She made me understand, okay, Omar, you can do this, you can work with so and so. That really helped. But something, I started with telling you about my maths professor, and I lost track. He had said in one of his classes, and he had a very, very funny way of saying things, but to entertain, of course. He used to say, do your best and leave the rest to God. He used to say it very expressively and with passion, and when I heard that from him for the first time, it struck something inside me. I felt, okay, so as long as I do my best and I leave the rest to God, I'm sorted. I don't need to stress out about other things. That gave me hope, and I began working with that intention, that let's dedicatedly work towards the next few months as well, and prepare as best as we can. Even if we fail, leave it to God. Let Him decide, let God decide what happens. And that became my pillar of strength. I started being so much more confident because of that, because a lot of my mental stress came from my failures. But then when I left my failures in the hands of something which was out of my control, I just left it there. It gave me new energy, it gave me new clarity, and my grades started actually improving. I started being more focused, and it did not rise up to that level where I was topping, but I certainly got much better, way better than what I normally would get. And I finally, in my exams, my 12th standard exams, I fared pretty decent, and now I'm a doctor in the field which I wanted to be. So that's how the journey took me, and ever since then, that lesson has been there for the past, now it's been like 20 years since then, more than that. It's always stuck with me. So dedication, if that story can help you, get some insight, that would be great. So that's it, yeah. Just stay with what you have a clear reason, strong reason for what you're doing it, and just shoot for it, yeah. Just work towards it. Leave the rest to the universe, God, whatever you feel, whatever works for you. Hope this helps, yeah. As always, save water, liberate self. See you tomorrow. Cheers.